Right, welcome to another deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at something that's been in the news a lot lately, something that you probably use every single day, maybe even to listen to this very deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial intelligence,
Right.
AI. It's, I'm not going to lie, the whole thing kind of feels like magic to me.
Yeah.
But luckily, I've got a genuine AI expert here to help us break it all down.
Well, hello, everybody. Delighted to be here. And you're right. I think AI can feel a bit like magic, can't it?
Yeah.
But underneath all the buzzwords and hype, it's really just about making machines do clever things. Things that we used to think only humans could do.
Right. So when I hear AI, I immediately picture robots,
Mm.
those super intelligent ones you see in films.
Right.
Is that what we're talking about here?
Well, robots are definitely one application of AI, I think.
Yeah.
But the field itself is much broader than that.
Okay.
It's really about building systems that can understand, learn, reason, and make decisions.
Right.
Kind of like a digital brain.
A digital brain.
Yeah.
So not a physical one like ours.
Think of it this way. Just like we learn from experience, AI systems learn from data.
Uh-huh.
They process information, spot patterns, and use that knowledge to solve problems or make predictions.
Okay. So it's not about building machines that look like us, but machines that can, in a way, think like us.
Absolutely. And we're interacting with this kind of thinking technology more than you might realize.
Okay.
Have you ever asked Siri or Alexa for the weather?
All the time.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes I even ask it to tell me a joke.
Well, when you do that, those virtual assistants aren't just pulling up pre-programmed answers.
Uh-huh.
They're actually analyzing your question, accessing real-time weather data, or sifting through a database of jokes to find the most relevant response. That's AI in action.
So even something as simple as checking the weather involves complex AI processes.
Mm.
That's pretty impressive. But I've also heard people talking about different types of AI.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
You're right, not all AI is created equal. The kind we're talking about now, the kind that powers virtual assistants or recommends shows on Netflix, is called narrow AI.
Narrow AI.
It's brilliant at specific tasks, but can't think beyond those tasks.
So it's like a specialist really good at one thing, but not a jack of all trades.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Think about Google search. It's amazing at finding information, but it doesn't actually understand the meaning of the words it's processing.
Right, so it's not really thinking in the way we do. Is that where general AI comes in?
Exactly. General AI is the hypothetical kind of AI that would have more human-like thinking abilities.
Right.
Being able to learn and solve problems across all sorts of different areas.
So like a super intelligent computer that could write a symphony, then beat me at chess, and then go on to solve climate change.
Well, you're getting the idea.
Okay.
Science fiction often portrays general AI like Jarvis from Iron Man.
Right.
But in reality, we haven't achieved anything like that yet. We're still firmly in the narrow AI phase, with researchers working hard to push the boundaries further.
So general AI is still a bit of a dream, then that's probably a good thing considering those sci-fi films where the robots take over.
Right.
But let's come back to the AI that we do have. How does it actually work?
Well, you can think of it as a three-legged stool. You need all three legs for it to stand up properly. Those legs are data, algorithms, and computing power.
Okay, break it down for me. What's the deal with data?
Data is the fuel for AI, just like petrol for a car.
Mm.
AI systems learn from massive amounts of data.
Okay.
Think about Netflix again. It's AI analyses what you've watched to figure out what you might like next.
Right. So it's spotting patterns in my viewing habits and using those to make recommendations.
Precisely, and that's where algorithms come in.
Okay.
They're like the set of rules that AI systems follow to process that data and make decisions.
Uh-huh.
If data is the ingredients, algorithms are the recipe.
Okay, so we've got the ingredients in the recipe. What role does computing power play?
Well, just like you need a good oven to bake a cake, you need serious computing power to run these complex algorithms and process all that data effectively.
Right.
Especially if you're talking about something like a self-driving car that needs to analyze real-time information to make split-second decisions.
So a self-driving car needs a pretty powerful brain then.
It does.
That makes sense. But aside from self-driving cars and Netflix, where else is AI flipping up in our everyday lives? I'm guessing it's more common than we realize.
Oh, absolutely. You're probably interacting with AI dozens of times a day without even knowing it. Let's start with your smartphone. You unlock it with facial recognition, right?
Oh, wow, you're right. I never really thought of it that way.
That's AI.
What else?
Well, predictive text, the feature that finishes your sentences and corrects your typos, yep, that's AI too.
Right.
And all those targeted ads you see online,
Oh, yeah?
you guessed it, AI is behind that as well. It's analyzing your online activity to show you things it thinks you'll be interested in.
So AI is basically making our phones smarter and our internet experience more personalized, shall we say. What about other areas of life?
Well, let's take entertainment.
Yeah.
Think about the recommendations you get on Spotify or how YouTube decides which videos to show you. That's all AI learning your preferences and trying to keep you engaged.
Right. So it's not just about making our devices smarter. It's also changing how we experience things like music and videos, anything else.
Well, think about online shopping. Ever noticed how Amazon seems to know exactly what you want to buy before you even know it yourself?
Yeah.
Their AI analyzes your past purchases and browsing history to recommend products you might like. And a lot of websites now use chatbots for customer service. Those are AI-powered virtual assistants that can answer your questions any time of day or night.
So AI is making our shopping experience more convenient and hopefully less frustrating.
Hopefully so. And then there's transportation. Google Maps uses AI to predict traffic and find the quickest route. And of course, we already mentioned self-driving cars, which rely heavily on AI for navigation and safety.
So AI is basically changing the way we get around, whether we're driving ourselves or letting the car do the work. This is incredible. It seems like AI is touching every aspect of our lives.
It really is, and its influence is only going to grow in the future.
Right.
But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to consider the impact AI is already having on a vital area, healthcare. Before we delve into the future, let's talk about how AI is already transforming healthcare. It's doing some truly remarkable things, even assisting doctors with diagnoses.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I always thought diagnoses were a very human thing,
Yeah.
based on experience and intuition.
Intuition still plays a huge role, but AI can be an incredibly powerful tool for doctors, for instance. Google's DeepMind has developed an AI system that can detect eye diseases from scans, often with even greater accuracy than human specialists.
So it's like having a second pair of eyes, but super-powered eyes that can spot things humans might miss.
Exactly. And AI can also help predict diseases before they even show symptoms by analyzing patient data like medical history and genetic information. AI systems can flag potential risks and suggest preventative measures.
That's amazing. It's like having a crystal ball that can see into the future of your health. It sounds like AI has the potential to revolutionize healthcare completely.
Absolutely. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're only just beginning to explore the possibilities of AI in medicine. But while the potential benefits are huge, we also need to think carefully about how this technology is developed and used.
Right. It's important to make sure it's used responsibly. But on a more positive note, what's next for AI? Where do we go from here?
Well, researchers are working hard to push the boundaries even further, developing even more sophisticated AI systems that can not only learn and solve problems, but also potentially think and reason in ways that are closer to how humans do.
So getting closer to that general AI we were talking about earlier, is that even possible?
That's the big question. It's a goal that many researchers are striving towards, but there are still a lot of challenges to overcome. One of the key areas of focus is developing AI systems that can learn from less data and adapt to new situations more effectively.
That makes sense. Humans can learn a lot from just a few examples, while AI systems usually need to be fed mountains of data.
Exactly. And another crucial area is making AI systems more transparent and explainable right now. It can be difficult to understand why an AI system makes a particular decision, which can be a problem, especially in areas like healthcare or finance where the stakes are high.
Right. If an AI is recommending a treatment or making a financial decision, you want to be able to understand its reasoning, not just trust it blindly. So it's not just about making AI smarter, but also making it more understandable and trustworthy.
Yeah.
What else is on the horizon for AI?
Well, one area that's generating a lot of excitement is the potential for AI to help us tackle some of the world's biggest challenges, like climate change and poverty.
That's pretty inspiring. How could AI possibly help with something as complex as climate change?
Well, for example, AI could be used to optimize energy grids, making them more efficient and reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. It could also be used to analyze climate data and predict extreme weather events, helping us to prepare and mitigate the impact of climate change.
So it's about using AI's ability to crunch massive amounts of data and identify patterns to help us make smarter decisions about the environment.
Exactly. And in the fight against poverty, AI could be used to personalize education and job training, providing people with the skills they need to succeed in a rapidly changing economy. It could also be used to improve access to healthcare and financial services in developing countries.
It sounds like AI has the potential to not just make our lives easier, but to actually make the world a better place. That's really exciting.
It is exciting, but we need to remember that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us to ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
That's a really important point. We need to be mindful of the ethical implications of AI and make sure it's used responsibly. But before we get too deep into those ethical discussions, I'm curious to hear more about how AI is already being applied in all sorts of different fields. You mentioned space exploration earlier. What's AI doing up there?
Well, for starters, AI is helping to control and navigate spacecraft, allowing them to operate autonomously and make decisions in real time. It's also being used to analyze data from telescopes and other instruments, helping scientists make new discoveries about the universe.
So AI is helping us explore the final frontier. What else is it being used for?
Well, in finance, AI is being used to detect fraud, manage investments, and personalize financial advice in agriculture. It's being used to optimize crop yields, monitor soil conditions, and even control robots that can plant and harvest crops.
Wow, so AI is like a high-tech farmer. And what about more creative fields like art and music?
AI is making its mark there as well. There are AI systems that can compose music, create paintings, and even write poetry. Of course, there's a lot of debate about whether AI can truly be creative in the same way that humans are, but there's no doubt that it's pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the arts.
This is incredible. It seems like AI is popping up everywhere, transforming everything from healthcare and space exploration to finance and art. It's like we're living in the future already. But with all these advancements, it's hard not to wonder what the future of AI holds. What are some of the big predictions or trends that experts are talking about? It feels like we've only just scratched the surface of what AI can do. So where do we go from here? What's the future of AI?
Well, one thing that's certain is that AI is going to become even more integrated into our lives. We're
Right.
going to see more and more AI-powered devices, applications, and services, changing the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us.
That sounds both exciting and a little bit daunting. What are some specific things we might see changing?
Well, think about transportation. We already talked about self-driving cars, but imagine a future where entire transportation systems are managed by AI, optimizing traffic flow, reducing congestion, and making our commutes faster and more efficient.
That would be a dream come true. No more rush hour traffic jams. What about other areas?
Well, in healthcare, we might see AI playing an even greater role in personalized medicine, tailoring treatments to our individual genetic makeup and lifestyles. AI-powered robots could assist surgeons with complex procedures, making surgery safer and less invasive.
So AI could help us live longer, healthier lives. That's
It
incredible.
certainly has the potential, and in education, we might see AI tutors that can adapt to each student's learning style and pace, providing personalized instruction that helps everyone reach their full potential.
So AI could make education more accessible and effective for everyone. That's a game changer. What about the world of work? I've heard some people worry that AI will take all our jobs.
That's a common concern. And it's true that AI will automate some tasks that are currently done by humans, but it's also likely to create new jobs in industries that we can't even imagine yet.
So it's not about AI replacing humans, but about humans and AI working together in new and innovative ways.
Exactly. The key is to adapt and embrace the changes that AI is bringing, focusing on developing the skills and knowledge that will be in demand in an AI-powered world.
It sounds like lifelong learning is going to be more important than ever.
Absolutely. We'll need to be constantly learning and upskilling to keep pace with the rapid advancements in AI.
This has been an absolutely fascinating deep dive into the world of AI. I feel like I've learned so much. Thanks for breaking it all down for me.
It's a pleasure. It's a truly captivating field, and we're only just at the beginning of the AI revolution.
And listeners, as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a thought to ponder as AI continues to evolve and shape our world. What role do you want it to play in your life? What are your hopes and concerns about the future of AI? It's a conversation that we all need to be a part of. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those questions coming.